Welcome to the live stream after dark Saturday night, and we are live. And it looks like the stream has started, so we are live. And tonight I have a special guest with me. I'll wait till a few more people log on, and then we'll introduce the guest. All right, guys. How's it going, everybody? Nice to see you. We went on a little bit earlier tonight, but hopefully that's okay for everybody. Hopefully everybody gets the notifications from YouTube. I know you guys have problems getting notifications, and that's frustrating. It's frustrating for me as well. Gave notifications on Instagram, so just in case, I always give notifications on my Instagram, The Vegan Zombie. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Everything's set up. I went on Zoom tonight to do a family conference for a happy birthday for my brother-in-law. So that was fun. The first time I had ever done that. Saw the whole family. All right, so we got a few people in here right now. So I am here tonight. Is the stream okay? It says stream health and it's an orange. Usually that should be green. Anyway, hopefully everything's good. Everybody can hear me. All right, guys, so without further ado, I am here tonight with my friend Tino, better known as Bananiac on YouTube and Instagram and all the social media. So can you hear me, Tino?
Yeah, how's it going?
Let me know, everybody, if you can hear him, and I don't have to adjust anything, and we're good, and then we'll get going with the stream.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just kind of looking around to get settled here and make sure everything's looking good, so hopefully everybody can hear me and see me fine.
Okay, cool. All right, everybody's saying it's all good. So, all right, so welcome. So Tino is another friend of mine. He's a vegan YouTuber, lifestyle vegan. So can you just explain for yourself what you do on YouTube?
Yeah, for sure. So like you said, I'm a vegan. I've been vegan since April 2012, so a good while, not as long as you have, but still a long time for myself, almost a decade. And
Coming up on your 8 year next couple months. Yeah, next month.
yeah, it's
Wow.
crazy. I can't believe it. And I'm a nutritionist, so that's what I do professionally, and most of my videos are usually about nutrition. For the last couple months, I've been doing a lot of podcast episodes, so I've been having a lot of cool guests. I've had you on a couple times before. And recently I've had like Dr. Greger, Dr. Bernard. I've had people from bands, like artists. I've had one of the guys from Amber Lynn, A Day to Remember, if you guys listen to any of those bands. Dotsie Bausch, who's a silver medalist and went to the Olympics. She was on Game Changers, as well as other cool people on there. So I've been doing that, and I do some vlogs. I was actually vlogging today. I don't know if you could see my camera setup back here, the old Casey Neistat setup, but
you still got the 70D?
no. So I actually upgraded, and I must have forgotten to tell you. I got the 90D. You probably can't see that there, but this is like the new crop sensor.
Let me see the mic. What did you get a new microphone too?
Let me get it out of here. Yeah, I bought a lot of stuff with this. So
I got this microphone. It's supposed to be the best one right now, but I have to return my camera because my audio output is not working. But is this the one you have?
Hold on, let me. I just was able to pull up the live now, so I haven't been seeing you. Oh, there we are. Okay. No. So I have this one here. Can you see that? I guess. There's
Oh,
like
okay. Yeah, you
bit.
got the older version.
Yeah. So this, and then this is the 90D. So it's a crop sensor, but it's really good. Like the autofocus on this thing is amazing. And
Awesome.
the camera that I had before, like the autofocus was really, really bad. And I have the Sigma 18 to 35 1.8 lens. So this thing's amazing.
How is it with because the 70D, everything used to come out a little bit yellowish, and when you were indoors, does that have that problem or no?
You know what? So I do have the auto balance on, and I think it does a pretty good job. Occasionally it might mess up a little bit. I think that's any camera, but I think the quality on this is really good, and I sound like a freaking spokesman, but I've been really happy with this over the past couple months. I think I had it since the fall when it came out. I'm super happy. Plus, the lens does a lot. Like,
Yeah, the lens for sure.
I mean, it's a 1.8 and it's an 18 to 35. You know, it's really great quality, and you could use it like during,
That's what
dark
I'm using right
settings.
here
And
on my Sony.
yeah, yeah, nice. Yeah, so I'm super happy with it, man, for sure.
So going back to okay, so Tino has had like some really cool guests on his show. So you've interviewed like Dr. Greger, and have you ever interviewed Dr. Esselstyn?
Yeah, funny
That was a
enough,
Skype one, right?
yeah, I Skyped him like literally the day before one of my nutrition exams, and instead of staying up and studying, I was actually Skyping him, and to be honest with you, got more value out of a 1 hour session with him than like I would have gotten from my textbooks. I forget
Yeah.
how I did the next day, but yeah, it was amazing. It was awesome. I had to help him like learn how to set up Skype and like because he hadn't done it. I was one of his first like Skype sessions, so I had to tell him like you got to click this and like oh would you mind like you know setting it up this way so there's a little bit more light and I mean it's fine. It wasn't the highest quality video, but I'm glad he was patient with me for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, it's really
And Doctor, you've pretty much interviewed most of the famous vegan doctors out there, from what I've seen.
yeah, yeah. Pretty much. I mean, trying to think. I still want to get like Dr. Clapper on there. Who else have I not? Dr. Furman, I haven't talked with, but everyone else, everyone you can think of, like Dr. McDougall, Esselstyn, like you mentioned, Campbell, Barnard, Greger, Milton Mills, I've had on. Yeah, Dr. Angie Sadeghi, I had on the other day. Haven't had on Dr. Garth Davis. I really want to talk to him about, the weight loss surgery and like the GI and all that stuff. I think would be really cool. But yeah, no, I'm always open to having more people on, and I don't want to have on just doctors. Like when I first started my channel, it was mostly like, interviewing doctors and nutritionists and things like that. But the dream was to always have like just an open channel to anyone, any walks of life, to welcome anyone from any sort of background. That's why I have on artists, I have on YouTubers, doctors, like we mentioned, nutritionists, like literally anyone who can have, you know, uh, just a conversation with me, a positive one, that is. So, yeah, open to having anyone. And it's been cool, like having, like I said before, some of the artists that I grew up with on my walls, like with posters and stuff, and to sit down with them in the same room or in their studio and just have a conversation. It's been unreal.
Yeah, I know. I saw you just interviewed Amberlynn,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
so
Are you a
John.
fan?
Well, I was so John's band opened for them years ago, and I was there. Yeah,
No kidding. They're
they were
huge.
they were they were kind of jerks, but
Oh, really? What
yeah,
happened?
they were being. I guess they didn't want to. I don't know. It might have been tour kind of stuff. They basically stayed in their bus the whole time, and when they came out, they just refused to talk to anybody. They played, and then they went right back on their bus.
Gosh, yeah, I've had a couple moments like that where it's like, you're at a show, you drive so far, you're like eager to meet them and you get lucky to like see them in person and up close and like they kind of come off as jerks. But, after talking to a couple of them and like, how hard tour life is, like imagine like
Being
being
on
on
there.
your feet all day long and like all these people like rushing you all day. And it's like, I can understand like from their perspective, like, you and I probably don't like people know us. We have subscribers, but it's not like that where we're like we walk out on the street and like people are rushing us. I'm sure like that would be, um, you know, just like with anyone. Like imagine going into your office and you have like a crowd outside of your office every day, just kind of, you know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah, I know.
I
I get
it
it.
could have been just like they probably were having a bad day or who knows. I've had some people though that were straight up assholes. I was standing like right next to them. I'm like, can I get like a 1 second photo with you? And they're like walking away, and they're like, oh, sorry, dude. Like, yeah, I'm going to, I got to go to this place or whatever. So, it is what it is with certain people. But yeah,
I'm trying to share our thing on Facebook, and it's coming up with like the graphic of something that I did back in Halloween. I'm just gonna share it anyway. Live with Bananiac.
someone said to interview Logan Paul.
Yeah, do that. Do that next. Yeah,
How
like
rad would that be? I would sit down with him, even though, like, I don't think he's vegan anymore, but whatever. I'm open to interviewing anyone as long as they can have a conversation. I'm not one to argue.
so.
Like, people shouldn't come to my channel for like debates. Like, I would be terrible for that, but I would be open to like just talking to somebody about it.
Yeah, you actually were in New York City doing a video, and you saw Casey Neistat.
Yeah.
And okay, so it shared all okay. And then when you went to take a picture with him, it was all blurry, and then he took off, and you were like, "No!" Is that what happened, right?
Yeah. So the story was when I was in New York City, like in 2018, and I think I was getting into Casey, like really, really into Casey, like the year before that. So when I got to New York, I'm like, dude, one thing I'm gonna do is for sure stop by his studio. So I was out there hoping that he would drop by. He wasn't coming. Then I see the mailman go in. When he came out, I was like, any chance, if like Casey's even here? That way I don't have to like wait around. He's like, I'm not sure, dude, but you can go up and check. I'm like, are you sure? That I feel like kind of weird if I did that, like just walking in.
Wait,
He's like,
did
"Oh, no,
did you
no,
see
dude."
the it was the famous mailman, the guy that he made famous for being in all his
Oh,
videos?
no, not the UPS guy, but
Oh,
some other
okay.
guy. Yeah, that
Okay.
would have been funny. I would have loved to take a picture with him too. But he's like, no, just go up. So whatever. I went in, and this other kid who was waiting around to meet him, he came up with me. So we took some pictures by his door. Um, we didn't knock or be loud or obnoxious or anything like that. Just like, vlogged and took a selfie with the door, and then went out. And so I was like, whatever, that was fun. Like, we got up to the door, call it a day. I called, put in my Uber. I was waiting. As I was waiting for my Uber, around the corner comes Casey flying on his boosted board, and he just goes right by me. I barely get to film him, and the clip that I got was actually blurry because of that shitty autofocus that I was telling you about. If I had this, I would have got it. But
He's probably used to that too. He's probably like, "Oh, these guys want a picture."
right, right. So it was so cold that day, and like you remember, well, okay. So with the touchscreen with the iPhone, like if you go like let me pull up the camera. So this is like the little shutter button,
Yep.
right? So you would take this, like you press it to take a photo. I kept pressing it, and it was so cold, like it wouldn't register. And then Casey went in thinking like I took the picture. I'm like, wait, Casey, I don't think it works. So he like came back. And if you guys don't know this, if you click the volume buttons, they act as shutter buttons too.
Yeah.
That's what I did the second time, and I
It
caught
was.
that blurry photo. But
Oh,
yeah, but it's whatever. I caught it, and it was a good memory. I haven't seen Casey since, but yeah.
that's fun.
Yeah, I've reached
But
out
you,
to him a couple times to see if he wanted to talk because I know he went vegan a little while ago, but I've gotten nothing back. He's too famous.
yeah, he has a mutual friend of yours, right? The skateboarder.
Yeah, so John Hill, I think he's still at 368. He's like a couple floors above him. Um, and I actually found out about him through Peter McKinnon's channel. Like one time I submitted a question to Peter McKinnon's Q&A video, and somehow like he picked me and answered it. And it was like
Banana. Wait, no, avocado or
yeah, it was
banana
like, would you rather eat an overripe uh, banana
or
or
an unripe avocado.
yeah, something like that, or maybe the other way around. I forget, but either way, he like had John Hill, my friend, on
Yeah.
there answering it. I was like, huh. I wonder if like by any chance this guy's vegan, and this is the reason why I picked him to answer the question. So I went on his channel and found out he was vegan. So I reached out to him and got to visit 368. This time I didn't sneak in. I actually had an invitation, but it was cool. Yeah, he's right above that floor, and his girlfriend's actually a really famous YouTuber too. Her name's Sarah Dici, and she got a shout out by Casey Neistat and basically went like famous overnight. It was crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What somebody can do with a channel.
But like I've learned like with all this stuff, like what a small world it is. Like I grew up here in this like little redneck, like nothing to do town, and I started this YouTube channel back in 2013. Posted a bunch of stuff. Like always had a vision of like making it bigger and just like connecting with more people. So over time, like I had that goal, and one thing led to another, and here I am. I mean, I'm not like saying I'm like famous. I've made it, like this and that, but it's like it's gone somewhere, and I'm happy and proud of that. And I'm sure you have like a similar experience too.
Yeah. So you do you do that? You don't do this full time though, right? You have a full time job.
For sure, I have a day job. Yeah, and I'm actually an essential employee, and yeah, I've been working while everyone's at home. And it's been tough, but yeah.
Okay, and you have your degree in nutrition?
Yep. So I'm a nutritionist for a public health program, and it's cool, but that's what pays the bills, and I actually like the job. I think it's cool, it's fulfilling, but yeah, I definitely do this on my spare time, and this is like a side project, I guess, but it's always been like something I've been doing. Like I said, I did it through college. I prioritized it certain times when I had to study and I was actually making videos. It's been a huge passion of mine, and yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't think I'm going to stop unless, I get the Rona or something.
You don't want that.
Nope.
And anybody in the chat, does anybody have any questions specifically for Tino while he's on?
Yeah, let me look through this.
Go ahead.
I haven't done a live in a while, and I think last time I did it was with you. Remember in Baltimore?
Yeah. Wait, when I was in Baltimore?
Yeah, we both were, I think.
Yeah, we did a live like that, but you interviewed me on Skype, I think. Oh, that wasn't live.
Oh, yeah. No, that was for my podcast. Yeah, but I think we did a live when we were actually like in the same room.
Yeah, we did like every time I'd go to the expo. Yeah.
Yeah, after Expo East.
So the last couple expos I went to, Expo East, I met up with Tino. The last 2 years.
Yeah, that was rad, man.
How much sleep do you get? Kate wants to know.
How much sleep? I try to get let me see. Well, I wake up at around 5:30. I try to get 7 hours. I don't. You're looking at maybe like 6 hours. 6-7 hours, yeah. Something like that. But I mean, that's the thing, and I have a 2-hour commute, right?
Oh, wow. Each way?
Yeah, each way.
Wow, I couldn't do it.
2 hours with traffic roughly, but
how's it been lately with nobody supposed to?
Dude, the roads are empty. Like I'm flying. It's awesome. The distance is like 80 miles like one way.
Wow.
Yeah, it's rough, but you know what? Like I'm saving a lot of money, and I could always, like it is what it is. Like I'm living with my parents now. I'm not ashamed to say that, and like I've talked about it before. I could always like move out, but I'm saving a lot of money now. It works for me, and yeah, and like just investing all my money.
That's awesome. Smart.
Yeah, and then I just come back home. I sit down, I edit, I maybe interview somebody, and weekends I'll usually like actually sit down and like do more like vlog style or just sit down videos or even do more podcasts. But yeah, it's been like nonstop, and occasionally like I'll have like a chill night, like I'll watch Netflix or Hulu or whatever like everyone else. But yeah, I try to stay focused and like.
Do you have any shows that you're watching right now that you recommend to other people?
My favorite show ever is Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'll watch that like over and over again.
That's a good one.
I kind of want to watch that tiger documentary, Tiger King. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I'm almost done with it. I've been watching it.
I hear that's really good.
Ash says, did you see Tino, did you see James Wilkes and Chris Kresser debate on Joe Rogan? If so, your thoughts? I saw that too,
Yeah, yeah.
and
If
I
you want to,
think
oh, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I think he totally exposed Kresser in that debate. It was a long debate, but I think he breaks it down and shows them like because people were just trying to rip apart game changers, and you get somebody up there that claims to be an expert and starts ripping apart. So Wilkes went in there and he broke down each point that he made and basically made him eat his own words in that one. What was your thoughts on that?
Yeah, he slayed for sure. I mean, like he came so prepared into this. It was like it was
Peanut
pretty
butter
much
and jelly or peanut butter sandwich.
yeah, yeah, dude. Like, oh my gosh, man. Yeah, Chris, I don't think he was really prepared. He definitely underestimated James. James knew, like, he spent, I think, what, 3,000 hours of nutrition? Like, that's a good bit, you know? He came in it really prepared. If you guys want to hear my thoughts, I'm pretty sure I made a whole video on it on my channel, so you guys can check it out. But yeah, I just thought, like, I mean, there's really no argument against a plant-based diet.
No. Nope.
There isn't. I mean, just look at heart disease. It's the number one killer. Like, yes, the coronavirus has popped up and it's on everyone's mind, but let's not forget, heart disease is still the number one killer.
Well, also for coronavirus, I mean, and not saying you're not going to get it if you're vegan, but being a vegan generally improves people's immune system.
Mm-hmm.
Just because dairy is something, it causes inflammation, it weakens people's immune system, and all these diseases can lead to immune suppressants. And also they've found a correlation between the virus and obesity, heart disease, high blood pressure. This is just what they're finding right now. So yeah, you just want to
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got to answer. So
I
Z
agree.
wants to know, can you do a finger flip with a skateboard with your hand?
No, but my friend John Hill, who we were talking about before, who's at 368 in New York, he's actually really really good too with those finger flips. So I'll watch his stories and he posts a bunch of that stuff. But I can't really skateboard nor fingerboard if that's a thing. But I did have a skateboard growing up, and I would just like ride around. I think I landed an ollie and a kickflip once in my life, but that's about it. I know you skate a lot, Chris.
Yeah, I want to skate right now because it's getting warmer. Um, Joseph says, does Tino live in New York also?
No, I live in
No,
Maryland. Yeah,
all the way down in Maryland.
I wish I lived in New York, like New York City. That would be rad to live there for like a couple years. But right now, it's actually pretty darn scary in NYC with all the like the cases that they have and what's going on in the hospitals and stuff. Sounds really scary. So I'm kind of glad I'm staying away from there. And I think the whole city's quarantined. They're like no one in and out. I don't know for sure. Maybe somebody can update us, but I'm trying not to stay like too into the news. I hear bits and pieces and like at work because like I said, I'm in public health. Like I hear of updates, but I'm just trying to like keep my mind on other things, like the main things that I barely like basically talk about on my channel. Because like it's pretty stressful, man. Like our whole world has changed so
Absolutely.
fast and so drastically. Like it's insane. Like everything's shut down. Like we're used to always go, 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 like everywhere. Like events, like concerts that I've booked are all canceled or postponed. Restaurants I can't go out and like eat with like a friend or something, or go out to the movies or a public park. Like it's odd. It's an odd time. It's like think about 100 years ago though. Like
Yeah.
the world was at war, literally, like with guns and stuff, and it's
Well, also there was
it's
another epidemic 100 years ago where 25, 30 million people died.
yeah, they come and go for sure, which a lot of them do start from animals. Like I think this coronavirus, from some of the reports that I've seen, is that they it's like this like anteater looking thing.
Yeah, well,
You
they
know what I
said
mean?
yeah, it was I forget what it's called, but that or
Like an
bats
armadillo.
they were talking
Well,
about
I think it's
in the
like
wet
the
market.
bat. Yeah, the wet market, right? And like I think the animal starts with like a P, like Pangola or something like that. And I think a bat was involved. Like maybe the bat bit the animal. I don't know the full story. I read this like a little while ago when it first came out. But I mean, look at all the other stuff that comes from eating animals, you know? Like, and other infections pop up from eating animals, like E. coli, right? And
Yeah,
salmonella. Like, why wouldn't something else just that we haven't seen yet?
pangolin. Somebody says it's pangolin.
That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like an armadillo looking thing or
Yeah,
something.
I know. Yeah,
Yeah. It's like the movie Contagion. I think at the end they found out like it came from bats or something, and now it's like a reality. It's nuts, you know? Um,
it's
but I think it's a good idea that we're all social distancing and just, you know, even if we're healthy and we're young and like, you know, we can fight this thing off, it's good to just be indoors and like not come in contact with people who might have a suppressed immune system or might be older or have already other underlying conditions going on. You know, it's just, it's good to be indoors and for them, if anything.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's an odd time. But what are you doing to pass the time? Have you been
I've just
making
been working.
videos or?
I've been doing these every single night. I've been going live, just kind of hanging out with people, trying to just come up with ways to get people's mind off things, or even really just talk about it. And
Yeah.
you know, just doing videos, editing videos. That's really all you can do. I mean, haven't today is the first time I left the house in quite a long time. I actually did go to the store today to get some
Toilet
Oatly
paper.
and a no. There's no toilet paper anywhere. Still, there's
It's
no toilet paper
we
anywhere.
need to
But
talk about that too.
yeah, um, but yeah, it was yeah, just staying away from people. It's kind of eerie, you know, just going to the store for the first time in over a week and just grabbing the things I need. Didn't touch anything else. And then when you get to the checkout, it's like, you know, one person at a time, don't go up until they call you. And then after each person goes, they sanitize the conveyor belt and then the next person will go. So, I mean, I did that. Um, you know, I tried not to touch the credit card thing. I touched it with my knuckle. I'm like that. And then I didn't even take my receipt. I'm like, keep the receipt, throw it away. And that was it. Yeah, and I just felt bad because I saw a bunch of really old people in there just, you know, by themselves, you know, trying to
Yeah.
grocery shop. And I'm like, you know, I'll keep my distance, you know, and try to get away from everybody. But
Right.
so there's a question in here. What is your age if you want to share that? And how long have you been vegan? Well, he already said earlier he's been vegan since 2012. So he's been vegan for 8 years now. Um, and then if you want to share your age, you don't have to.
No, it's cool. I'm 15 years old, and
That's
I've been
cool.
vegan for
20.
54 years. So
Nice.
no, I'm 29 years old. I just turned 29 in January. So yeah.
Oh, here's one. I don't know if anybody asked this, but I got one. So, how'd you come up with the name Bananiac?
Yeah. Well, when my channel, like before I started it, I was trying to come up with like just like I wanted a funny name, you know. And I didn't want it. I don't know. I just wanted to pick something like goofy because it's like who I am. So I kept thinking of different names, and Bananiac somehow popped up. I think my brother mentioned it, so I was like, yeah, that sounds stupid enough that it'll work. So I picked it. And then my podcast is called This Is Bananas. So if you really want to think about it, like Bananiac and This Is Bananas, um, it's like a viewpoint for like myself and like maybe some of you guys, the viewpoint of like others that haven't really realized like about all this stuff, like eating healthy, living a healthy lifestyle, um, going vegan, you know, the ethical stuff, all of that. It's all of that, you know, people labeling you as crazy, as nuts, as bananas, you know. So it's like a label for like how other people look at us. And that's kind of how I put meaning to it. So this is bananas is like all the topics that we talked about, you know, according to the way other people see it. Um, so it's
Cool.
basically, and I like bananas too. And somebody said that, I want to find this comment here. Somebody, I was going back and forth with this. Yeah, here we go. Produce, not pills. I remember chatting with them the other night. They're like, bananas are the worst fruit on the planet. I love
Uh,
bananas. I'm actually out of bananas and I'm like freaking out, you know? I'm sure the stores have them though.
I was there today and I grabbed some bananas. I did.
Nice.
Patty wants to know, when would you suggest seeing a nutritionist?
Um, and anytime, especially if like, you know, especially if you're just starting out, get some tips. You know, there was a lot of stuff I didn't know when I first started learning about this stuff. You know, I didn't know about anything pretty much about nutrition besides the fact that you can gain or lose weight if you eat more or eat less. That's basically all I knew. So you could definitely see a nutritionist. You could try the thing out yourself. You know, eat like a whole food plant-based diet. Basically everything that they recommend on forks over knives. And if you're not seeing results or you're not happy with like, you know, with the way things are going, you know, contact a nutritionist. And like my time's really tied up. So I would say like contact me and I could do my best to like answer questions. But if you know a nutritionist in your area or somebody like you can Skype like this or something, I think it would be really helpful.
Do you do like consultations or coaching or anything like that?
Nah, I thought about it.
Maybe you should, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to, and if enough people want it, I definitely will.
Maybe we can open something together because everybody's asking me to do coaching just because I've been vegan for so long.
Yeah,
You know, coaching for vegan for YouTube, and you could be my nutritionist.
dude, I would love to partner up with something like that, like, you know, to work off of like each other.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah,
It's
my
like, let me
time.
put you in contact with my guy.
Yeah, dude, I would love to, man. I would love that. It's just like my time has been like with work and like making videos, but yeah, one day like I want to get to the point where I can have like a zombie on my team, you know, and I could send them to you for like YouTube stuff because your channel is like huge, man.
Oh,
So
thanks. I mean, it's not that big, but
I think like a lot of people would benefit if they chatted with you and like got some perspective and experience from you because I know like you shared some stuff like with me before like tips on like how to improve my channel. So yeah, I think just like coaching in general, whether it's a nutritionist or YouTuber or personal trainer or you know, a dog trainer or a chef or let's keep this list going.
yeah,
Uh,
something. An
something
astronomy trainer.
Yeah, an astronomy trainer or
A bike trainer because you also ride bikes.
that's true. Yeah, or a UFO hunter trainer, like whatever
Oh,
you're into, you know, it's totally worth it and you definitely should contact somebody
oh.
to learn.
So if you want to, before we end this stream, like later, um, Tino has a really cool UFO story that he told me when I was, when I last saw him in person. So maybe you guys could. Did we tell that story on the video that I interviewed you?
I don't know if we did, but I'm happy to like share it again.
Okay, we could do that a little bit later. Just to remind us. Um,
Now
v,
people are gonna really think I'm bananas.
no, I already told mine, so they probably
Oh,
think I
okay,
am too. But
cool.
Vegan John, the Irish lad, says, anyone noticed that the weather has been nice since they stopped all the planes? No, actually, it's been really cold and it snowed and it's raining right now. So, I mean, if that's nice weather, I mean, for some people, I like the rain sometimes, but it hasn't been like nice weather here.
Yeah. If you really want to be a conspiracy theorist, you could say um like all the chemtrails have stopped, so the temperatures have fallen, right? That would make sense in a way, I think. But yeah, I don't know. It's I one thing though, which is nuts, like are all the satellite images of like the pollution, like all being cleared out and the temperatures actually dropping in certain like China,
Well, look
LA.
at LA. I mean, it's like
Yeah,
the traffic has gone down so exponentially that
yeah.
it's like I think the smog is clearing up, and the plants are. It just seems like all of that gone, and like within a couple months' time, the earth heals
Right.
itself.
Yeah, I mean that I think a lot of good things have come out of this. Like we've been all forced to change our life for one way or another. So yeah, less people are out driving now. And that's one of the things that we should look at is like, somehow I think what might come out of this is more people are going to telework. Not because of the pollution thing, but because like just social distancing. I think that's something like we'll probably carry on from here on out with life. So more companies will value teleworking, and I think that might somehow help the environment and get less people out driving. Probably gonna decrease the accidents that we're gonna be seeing on the roads. Just like all sorts of stuff. Probably more people are gonna be buying more stuff for their house, like keeping more food around and toilet paper. So I don't know. Invest in like toilet paper companies, if anything. I think that's the
That's
future.
exactly what I've been saying. I'm like, if you guys want to make money, buy all the stock in the toilet paper company right now,
Yeah,
because
man.
when we get out of this,
You're gonna have all the toilet paper in the world.
yeah. Does Tino speak another language? I believe you do.
Yep.
Your
I
ethnicity, you're
I'm Greek.
Greece. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So I speak Greek, and in the house we grew up speaking Greek. Both of my parents were born there. I was born here in the States, but we always spoke it growing up. So I could speak Greek, I could speak English, of course, and I can speak Spanish, a little bit of Spanish.
Um, you go visit Greece once in a while, right?
Yeah, once in a while. Last time I was there though was 2017, which was like a couple years ago. But I'd love to go back, and it was cool because last time I was there was when I was vegan, so that was the first time I got to experience Greece as a vegan, which is pretty cool. They're very vegan friendly. They have what you could tell them is to look at their Lent menu because as a Greek, if you're fasting for Lent for Easter, all that stuff is vegan, and that's how I actually first went vegan is because I'd never done the 40 days of Lent before Easter of giving up all animal products. So I was like, what the heck? I'll give it a shot. And when Easter came, like I didn't have any lamb. So if you guys happen to go to Greece when all this stuff clears out and the Rona's all gone, you can ask for the Lent menu in Greece. They'll give it to you. You could look on Happy Cow and find the vegan restaurants. There's quite a bit, especially in Athens. But if you're in the islands and there are no vegan restaurants, you can find some stuff. You could eat pasta with marinara sauce or
Let's go. Oh, we can't right
potatoes,
now.
vegetable. Yeah, I know, man. But the flights, I'm sure, this doesn't make any sense. Flights apparently are super cheap, but then nobody can fly.
Yeah,
It's like, what's the point?
yeah. Kate says Violife is based in Greece. Yes, that's correct. And they're based in Greece, and they are the ones that make the base for the cheese for almost all the really good cheeses out there. With the exception of they have nothing to do with Miyoko's, but they make the base for Chow, Follow Your Heart, Good
Yeah.
Planet. I could probably keep going, but I'm drawing a blank right there. All those nice singles, they make the base for those.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, those are some of my favorite cheeses. Chow cheese, like in terms of sliced cheeses, is my favorite. But Veal Life, they have a lot of great stuff, and Miyoko's too. But like you said, they're not based in Greece. But yeah, a lot of those good ones do come from Greece. So
Uh,
take pride in that. I feel like I
Produce.
somehow contributed to it, but I didn't.
So Ashley has a question. She says, if you go to a Greek restaurant, I'm assuming like a Greek restaurant here in the United States, do they typically have Lent menus?
Yeah, so they typically do, and they have a lot of vegan stuff actually. So you could look up. It's called dolmades, and basically what that is like stuff grape leaves, and sometimes they'll have meat in it, but most of the time it's like just rice. And,
So you
and
basically just have to ask.
yeah, you could ask, but they would have a lot. You could get lentil soup is usually vegan. I would always ask. But yeah, lentil soup. They'll probably have like a pasta dish with like marinara sauce that you could get. Maybe like potatoes. But yeah, a lot of the food from Greece is pretty vegan friendly. But there's also a lot that's not. So just double check. But they would most likely have a lot of, or a few vegan options. That is.
Rue Oakwood wants to know if Whole Foods carries ViaLife. The Whole Foods I've been to do carry ViaLife.
Yeah, I was going to say I think I've seen it at Whole Foods as well. Same with
Yeah.
the chow cheese.
Um, were
Yeah.
you with me when they gave me the halloumi, the vegan halloumi
Was that
at
at
ViaLife?
Expo?
It might have been West actually. I don't know. But anyway, the halloumi is really good, and I still have a whole package of it in my refrigerator. But I don't know when it's coming to the United States.
Yeah, we got the Vago bars. Remember those? Those were really good.
Oh,
And
do I remember? I mean, I got a bunch of them right over here. I mean,
nice.
I have an idea for a recipe with them too. Yeah, I love Vago
So
bars.
good, man. Yeah.
Um, Vegan John, I have not heard of ID 2020. Um, oh yeah, how does your family support being vegan, Tino?
Yeah, so in the beginning it was tough, and like I said, a lot of those Greek recipes are not vegan, so it was a struggle in the beginning for sure. But over time, I mean, we only eat vegan in the house. So
Your
they've,
parents
oh,
too are all vegan?
yeah, yeah, and I have a brother too. He's 3 years younger than me, and he eats 100% vegan.
That's
He's
awesome.
he's vegan.
Oh, that's
But yeah, but my parents, if they go out, they might have non-vegan stuff. But I'm proud of where they've come from. Like they've made a big change, and the fact that we're only eating vegan in the house is definitely, you know, it's a good thing. It's like causes less stress, and we can all eat like the same thing. Not necessarily that they're healthy vegans. I always try to like get them to eat a little bit more healthy, especially because they're older. But
yeah,
it is what it is. Like you can't really. What I've learned is you can't make somebody do something. You can only guide them. So um,
exactly. Yeah,
yeah, it only creates more tension if you're like, no,
stick
you
with
need.
it. Be
Yeah,
persistent.
right, right.
Took me 30 years, but it worked.
Yeah, yeah. It definitely works. If you keep speaking up about it, but you have discussions over arguments, I think you'll see positive change.
Oh, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I see you always making videos with like your parents and your family, and they're always like trying new foods that come out and like always willing to, try things. So that's a good thing. That's a really positive thing to have as part of your character is to be open to new experiences. Um, and yeah, I think having that open-mindedness, a lot of vegans have that, and I think that's what helps them make the transition. But a lot of people will shut it down right away, and they're clearly not ready for anything that you're about to say. So, but yeah, yeah, I'm happy where they are now.
Um, I was wondering. So are you still working out? You have a really nice gym at your home. Are you still working
Yeah,
out every day?
yeah, I'm trying to. I'm trying to build more muscle, which
Nice.
I probably don't have a lot, but being a cyclist, like it tears you down. So I've been trying to do more weights
Are
for the,
you? Do you still ride your bike like every day or every week
no,
during what's going on or anything?
yeah, I mean, I could and just go out and ride by myself instead of like the group or something just to be a little extra safe. But I haven't been riding much, to be honest with you. Like years ago, like I would have like a huge desire to ride. Lately, I've just been more inspired to lift and actually rock climb too. There's a good rock climbing place by my area. So those are the two sports that I've been focusing on. But whenever I go to Florida, I always ride. Like I have way too many friends down there for me not to ride. And if I don't ride, I probably won't see them. So it's like also a social thing as well. And the
And
weather.
again, where in Florida do you go?
Yeah, so I go to like the Daytona Beach area.
Okay.
And sometimes we'll pop into Orlando. And as I'm like, I think I've told you before, but I used to live in Miami, and like it's so beautiful riding down there. And the group rides down there are insane. There's like 50 to 100 people group rides. It's wild. It's like nothing like I've ever experienced before. But yeah, anywhere in Florida. Florida's like pretty flat, except for Central Florida. Like Claremont area or Orlando, that's more hilly.
Or Gainesville.
Oh yeah, yep,
Yep.
you're right. Yep. But anywhere else, it's like flat, and
Yep.
you can get some really great rides, like right by the coast, like have the beach like on your side the whole time, and it's awesome. It's a great experience down there.
Just be careful for crazy Florida stuff.
Oh my gosh, those Florida stuff is what gets you, man. You
Yeah.
hear about all this stuff about, Florida man like gets eaten by gator while like trying to ski, on any
Yeah.
day, and there's
Trying to
like
go
no
buy a pack
snow.
of cigarettes and skiing. Yeah.
Yeah, skiing in Florida is not a good idea.
Nope.
Oh, anyway.
So what is a typical day for you? Like, I guess what's a typical day before this all happened, and now that we have quarantine, what's a typical day for you now?
Oh, so it's funny. I was making a vlog today. Hopefully it'll be out in the next week or two, but literally like nothing has changed for me. I don't know if it's because like I'm an introvert or just like not very socially interactive, but this is like my life, dude. Like what I did today was I walked my dogs, I played with my dogs, I edited a podcast. So the one I'm working right now is with Dotsie Bausch. She's
Okay.
the silver medalist cyclist.
Game
So I was,
changer.
yeah, from Game Changers. So I was just editing that out. I was vlogging. I worked out in my basement, like you said. I have like a little home gym down there, so I worked out. I played guitar. I have my guitar back here, so I was just like jamming out a little bit.
Cool.
Um, and that's pretty much it. Like I would do that like on any weekend night. Of course, like weekdays I'm working. So when I come home, like I'll eat and I'll come straight to the computer and just like edit it like for like 2 to 3 hours. Maybe if there's time and I'm up for it, I'll watch like a Netflix show like or something like that. But that's pretty much it.
How often do you put
Yeah,
a video out?
I've been trying to stick with the one video per week. You know, it's been working for me. I would rather be able to do at least two videos, but the one video a week is what's working for me now. It gives me just enough time to like edit something by the following. I've been trying to post on Fridays, so it gives me enough time to post something by then. The podcasts take a long time because if you think about it, it's like an hour or maybe
And
more
then you
than
got to
an hour.
rewatch it if you have to edit anything. Yep.
Yeah, because I have two sources of audio that come in. I'm constantly listening to it, adjusting the levels. Then, of course, I have the video aspect of things, like the visuals. Then I have just the audio version, which is going to go onto iTunes, and then the video is going to go onto YouTube. And then I also make a blog post about it on my website. So it's like a lot of work. It's worth it. I love it. But it's like a lot of time consuming. So that whole week kind of is barely just enough time to get something out of there. But are
Now,
you, yeah, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I was gonna ask you, are you like posting more frequently? Because I definitely see you pop up on my like feed quite a bit.
Um, Yeah, on this channel I do a live every night. On my other channel I was doing two a week, but when all this went down, I just I felt like it was time sensitive, and I was doing one almost every single day, at least for a week, about a week and a half ago. And I still have a bunch of videos that I put on the back burner, like one where I went to Toronto, met up with Meat Free Athlete and Vegan Gains, and I had to put that on hold. I'm still trying to edit that and maybe have that one up by Monday or so. But yeah, just
Nice.
trying to do more if I can. Just a lot's going on. A lot more people have time on their hands now if they're not
Yeah.
working. But for me, this is what my everyday. I'm still doing what I was doing before, so my like work didn't change at all. It's just trying to get more videos out there.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say before I forget, one of your most viral videos you ever did, you did a video about Jared Leto being vegan years
Yeah.
ago.
I remember.
What was it? Like you got like over 1 million views, right?
Yeah, I've made a couple with Jared Leto, but the very first one I did was just about him being vegan. I showed like I'm really proud of that video, like even though it's so old and
I wonder
stuff.
if he
Like
saw it.
I don't know. I do wonder that sometimes. That's another person I would really love to interview. So
Yeah,
like,
same here. Because
as
everyone
I'm,
say it so that I look like him. I'd like to
yeah,
interview him.
you do look like him, dude. Like no lie. But like, as I'm like getting more artists on the show, like I'm like in the back of my head, I'm like crossing my fingers, like, one day like I'll be able to interview him. But basically in that video, like I showed like for movie roles, Jared Leto has changed his body a lot. So for different movies, he's become really, really skinny, like anorexic, like a skeleton. And then for other movies, he's become really overweight.
Yeah.
And, if you guys know of Jared Leto, the lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars, the dude's ripped. Like, he's in great shape. He's nice, lean, like,
And
very
he
good.
also does rock climbing too.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he rock climbed with Alex Honnold, too,
Yep.
who was a guy that did free solo and climbed with no ropes. He climbed
Probably
Yosemite.
the best
Or
in the
El
world. Yeah.
Capitan. Yeah,
El
yeah.
Capitan. Yeah.
Yeah, he's my favorite for sure. That's another guy I want to get on the show because he's apparently vegetarian or
Yeah. Let's get him to go
something.
vegan.
Yes,
Alex.
yeah. Dude, I would love that. But
Jared Leto was overweight. I think it was Mark David Chapman, the guy that
yeah,
killed
Lennon,
John
right?
Lennon. Yeah, he actually gained a lot of weight, and he gave himself gout, and he said he will never do that again.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then of course he would like go skinny, then he'd go back into good shape, then he would become overweight, then back to good shape, like back and forth, back and forth. And the reason why I said that is, well, in order to get overweight, he ate a bunch of processed food like most Americans are eating. In order to get skinny, he was anorexic, barely eating. But in order to stay in the typical shape he's in, he's eating a predominantly plant-based vegan diet. And you can watch the video yourself, like I compiled all these different clips, and he talks about like all the different foods that he eats. And to me at the time, it was like fascinating, like to see how outspoken he was. And people might give him shit for being a vegan or not 100% vegan, but I'm glad he's still speaking up about it. He could have easily kept to himself and not said a single word about it. And it's not like the little bit of dairy or whatever that he eats that keeps him in good shape. It's what he's doing most of the time.
Now, were you doing videos for a bunch of celebrities, or did you just choose Jared?
I've done a couple. I did Jared because like people. Yeah, I did Jared Leto because, like I said before, like rock music is like a big thing for me, and just seeing like one of the people that inspired me through music, it was really cool. Like I focused on him. I've done other videos on other celebrities. I can't even tell you who they are because, well, they didn't like I've done stuff like with Ariana Grande. I can't even tell you because like they're just not like that sort of strong inspiration for me as Jared has been for me in the past, But I've done a couple, just like responding and giving my thoughts to different celebrities. But I've done like a good like 4 or 5 video series of for Jared or 30 Seconds to Mars in general. Just how like open they've been with eating a plant-based diet. They used to do these like live streams on their website where they had Brandon Brazier on. He's the founder of Vega, like the protein supplement thing. And he basically cooked a plant-based diet for the 30 Seconds to Mars fans, I think that was rad, like to have him on. They didn't need to do that, like, but they did. So I just like responding to some of that stuff. But yeah, dude, how awesome would it be to get him on and like talk to him about like veganism? Because I'm sure he would have a lot to say about that.
Yeah.
One time, like I was kind of close to interviewing him. My dad does a lot of different. He works with different companies. He does like HVAC work, and he worked with a company that Jared like had done commercials for, and like he talked to like the regional manager there. And they tried contacting like the main headquarters to get Jared's like contact, but they didn't have it, or at least that's what they had told us. But I was like so close. I was hopeful, but it didn't happen.
I've tagged him in a bunch of pictures just because
Yeah, has he ever responded to that?
No,
God.
of course not.
Yeah.
So Deanna says, I thought Jared would have made a good Lestat. I thought at one point there was at least a news article where they were going to have him play Lestat for Hopefully, The Vampire Lestat, because that would be a great movie. But
What is it?
the Anne Rice Vampire Chronicles, like Interview with the Vampire Lestat. Remember the movie Interview with the Vampire?
Is that like the one of the guys with Flight of the Conchords in it?
No, no, it's got
Jermaine?
no,
Isn't it like a comedy? No.
no, it's a vampire movie from 1994.
Oh,
It's got Tom Cruise in it. It's got Kirsten Dunst, I think her first movie, and Brad Pitt, and
right.
Antonio Banderas, and Stephen Ray, and
Yeah,
Tandy Newton.
the one I'm thinking about, it's like a comedy. I forget what it was called, but it was like a
I know what you're
comedy,
talking about, where he's
you do?
like, yeah.
It was so stupid. But yeah, I have no idea. I know he's in the new is it Morbius or Morpheus movie or something?
Yeah, somebody just say Morbius, yep.
Yeah, so that I'm looking forward to that. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with like superhero movies, but it'd be cool to watch him in that. And I have a friend who's like in that movie, I think as an extra. She was doing like yoga or something. So it'll be cool to spot her on there too.
Cool movie to do yoga.
Yeah, right on. I do yoga for Jared, man.
That's his quote. I'm gonna put that in the title. I do yoga for Jared, man.
100%, dude. I actually, somebody's asking, is Jared Leto a good actor?
I think he's really good an actor.
Yeah, he's good. He's definitely gotten criticism.
I think he's really talented overall. Whether you like him or not, I think he's a good actor. Yeah. And I think he's a really good singer. When everybody thought like, oh, another actor is going to try to sing, but he's a good singer.
Yeah, for sure. I like him more for his music, and I think somebody else. Let me see. I'm going to scroll up. He said something about his. The last 30 Seconds to Mars album was a little underwhelming, though, to be honest. It was definitely different because they lost their guitarist, Tomo. And I actually really like Tomo as a guitarist.
Oh, he's not with them anymore? Why?
No, it's just him and his brother
yeah.
So Jared's on the guitar, Shannon's on the drums. Like, there's no, like, actual lead guitarist there or a bassist. I mean, they're there. It's a weird dynamic. They're there, but they're not there on stage.
Well, did you see his documentary? He talks about how he really got screwed by the music industry, and they owned everything that he did.
Yeah,
all of his music. Yeah,
it's effed up. Like what artists go through, they'll get signed, and then the people that sign them, they own pretty much everything. And I'm sure, like, because you're a big channel, dude. So I'm sure you get like all these offers of like people wanting to work with you and basically become like your agent, and like instead of having basically Google AdSense, which pays you, the money would be coming from them, but essentially they own part of your channel. So I just like ignore all those emails.
Oh yeah, I got scammed by them early on, like years ago, and I got into this 2-year contract where they said they didn't do anything. They basically, I just had to give my revenue to them.
Yeah.
You know?
See, if I didn't have like other YouTubers at the time telling me to stay away from those, I would have gone to it too. Like, it just sounds like something.
It sounded like, because that's what everybody was doing back then, even the big YouTubers. But they all got out of it. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't need these people, and I get more of my own revenue if I don't have, an agent or whatever they're called. And they were taking like half of what I was already getting from half of YouTube. So it was like, okay, take all my money and don't do anything.
Or what if they try to like censor you in a way, or tell you that you can't talk about this, or take this video down? Like, no, I've seen like what artists go through, and like Story of the Year, two of the guys, Story of the Year is my favorite band, by the way. So two of the guys from Story of the Year, they made a similar documentary. I think it was going on at the same time while Jared was filming his. It's called Who Killed or Saved the Music Industry, and in there they talk about similar stuff, like how record labels will pretty much own you, and they'll take like all the money, and
that's what happened.
The artists.
And somebody said it in here too. Yes, it was Artifact that we're talking about. That's the name of it.
Yep, Artifact is Jared Leto's documentary. But it's like these artists that you support, and like you want to, have them keep making music for you. Like they're barely making anything, and the only way most of them make their money is by touring
and merch. Yeah,
and merch, right? So touring and merch are like the biggest things. Nobody buys CDs anymore, and like pretty much everybody listens to stuff illegally and downloads stuff illegally. So that's why you got to support your artists, like buy from them directly. And
That's what. So I met Doyle. Doyle is vegan. He's like huge muscle dude from originally from the Misfits, and he mentioned that too. Like they don't get paid. You need to buy merch in order for to get paid, and it's kind of like how it is for like YouTube too. Like I mean, like merch. Because a lot of our stuff gets demonetized or taken down. So like we have merch. Like I have beanies and shirts and all. Ebooks. I'm out of my hard copy, but that's like a form of income to pay the bills.
Yeah, for sure. Like ebooks, yeah, like you said, merch. Like I sell this vegan hat. Like people ask
I have
me
one
where
right
you
here.
get the hat. Yeah, yeah. It's something I made. I think it's unique and like I don't know, gets
Show
the
the side
message
of it. It
out
says
subtly. Yeah, was it? I think probably on this
Bananiac right
side.
there.
Yeah,
Yep, there it is.
Bananiac. So,
Bananiac.
like having stuff like that definitely helps, and ebooks and whatever. And I mean, we both like love to do this because we love to do this. Artists, they love to make music because they love making music, but it depends. Like, how much do you want like these people to continue doing what they're doing? And if you like them, throw a buck or two their way. It supports them for sure. If they have a Patreon page, go on there. I'm like the more I make YouTube videos, the more passionate I become about this topic because I used to download music illegally just like anyone else. I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, oh, I'm safe. I'm in my home. Like, I know it's illegal, but whatever. Nobody's going to catch me. No one will know. And it's fine. But it's not really fine. It's like I could have easily, like, helped buy this person's, like, I could have helped pay for their bills or buy them food or something. But instead, I decided to steal. And that's not cool. So.
Do you send your merch abroad?
I don't think I'm not sure if I'll have to look back, but I don't think like I send too many things abroad. I might have like done one or two things, but most of the stuff is from the States. Like my biggest population is from the States, but
Yeah, same here.
A couple people that watch me like from other countries.
Well, we have a few different countries watching right now. I think
Right on.
Ash is from Iran.
People should post where everyone's from. I'm always like curious to see that. And also post if there's any toilet paper in your local grocery store, more importantly.
There's none here.
We're all out in the US, so and if you guys don't want to buy our merch or ebooks, send us some TP. We appreciate that.
Yeah, Doyle is the bass player and he is vegan. I met him. He started following me and liking all my stuff. He came here and played. I went in. Let me show you guys for those of you that don't know who I'm talking about.
What band is he from?
Misfits. He's the bass player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's huge and he's vegan.
We'll see. I'm gonna look him up too.
So he's the bass player there. Let's see. There he is. Vegan.
I'm looking them up on Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I feel like I might have seen them live before. Because they sound so familiar. That's cool.
There he is with his girlfriend, Elisa. I met her too. She's also vegan. And she's a singer of our Arch Enemy metal band.
That's cool. You've had Doyle on your channel?
No, I just went and watched him play here. We took a picture together, talked to him for a little bit.
Are they local?
No.
Where are they from?
Originally, I think he's from either Jersey or New York City area, somewhere down there.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not too far from you, though.
Elisa's from Montreal.
Oh, yeah.
So I was there in Montreal Veg Fest a couple years ago, and she messaged me, and she's like, oh, I didn't know you were here at the Veg Fest. You should come stop by and say hi at my show. I'll get you a couple of VIP passes. And I was like, oh, and I didn't know that this is her like hometown. I'm like, oh, sure. So we got there, we got some VIP passes. I got to go, down into the back room and meet her, and we took a couple pictures, and it was pretty fun.
That's rad, man. Just the other month in February, I was in Florida. You wouldn't believe it. Like, so you've been to Ethos Vegan Kitchen, right, in Orlando? Or Winter Park, rather? You've been there, haven't you?
No.
Oh,
The
interesting.
last time I was there was 2011. No, I
Gotcha.
don't.
Well, anyway, like that's one of my favorite restaurants, Ethos Vegan Kitchen. And if people have watched my videos, like I've vlogged and featured that restaurant plenty of times. Anyway, like not too far from that restaurant, and mind you, I've been going there for years since I first went vegan. Right down the street is the studio of one of my favorite bands, A Day to Remember. And the other month, I got to hang out with Neil Westfall from A Day to Remember. Got to tour his studio and like bring him on my podcast to talk about, him eating a plant-based diet. And his wife is actually, I think her name's Mary, but she's on Instagram as Nom Yourself. Do any of you guys follow her?
Yeah,
You might.
I know Nam Yourself.
Yeah, you guys might follow her and have no idea that she's the wife of Neil Westfall from A Day to Remember. I didn't know that.
Oh,
And
I
I thought,
remember she married. Yeah, I remember she married him because I think that they also toured with Blink 182.
yeah,
And
that's
when they
one.
were going through here, she was with them doing their food and stuff. And they might have stopped at Strong Hearts, if I remember right.
Yeah, so she was
Um,
the chef of Travis Barker
yeah.
from the band Blink 182. And so, yeah, she was touring. And then Day to Remember were touring with Blink. And I think that's how Neil met his wife, was like that. And she's like, you know, I can teach you how to cook, because Neil wanted to learn how to cook. It's like, I can teach you how to cook, but you have to go vegan first. So that's how he had initially gone vegan, which was a pretty cool story.
Nice.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, the guy's a cyclist too, which is awesome. It's like, I'm hoping to ride with him when I go back.
yeah, somebody said that. I think you're right, Holly. I don't think the Doyle likes interviews. I kind of got that vibe, so I didn't pull out the camera to do any interviews or anything like that.
Yeah.
He looked pretty tired too after, like the picture that I'm in with him. Yeah, he looks pretty tired.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like we talked about before, after shows, like people are just exhausted. I mean, I'm exhausted too as a fan, just like jumping along and singing along and stuff. But my philosophy is it never hurts to ask, you know. You could always send him an email or a message because you guys have connected before in the past. And, just see if,
Your favorite band is Story of the Year, right?
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I've been listening to them since I was like 12 years old, sixth grade. I was like in my underwear watching MTV, drinking Mountain Dew, and until the day I die, it popped up on my TV screen. And yeah, ever since then, they've been my favorite band for sure. They have like the gnarliest live show, I think, in my opinion. Like they do backflips, guitar spins, like their energy is unreal. Like there's a bunch of great bands that are good live, like Census Failed, Day to Remember, Amberlin. They're all good, but a Story of the Year, their like energy is like just insane, man. They're always constantly moving around, and even if you don't necessarily like their music, you're gonna like the live show.
Um, I don't think there's going to be a New England Veg Fest, and I don't know why they would not cancel it. In April, there's no way. There's no way. So no, I'm not going. Even if they do it.
It's so sad, man. Like all this stuff that's been like canceled, and like all these people that were gonna work the venue, or like the artists, or like one of my, the people I interviewed is Tony Presley from the Orlando soccer team. They're not playing because of all this stuff, you know? So she's just stuck at home. She's not working. I don't know if she's getting paid or not. But like, imagine all the people in the stadium that were supposed to work the events, like, people selling food, or just like janitors and the ticket booths and all of them, like, they're out of jobs. You know,
Yeah.
it sucks. And it sucks too as us as like fans, like wanting to go to the Veg Fest or wanting to go to a concert or a soccer game, like, you know, not being able life changed so quickly. And I hope things go back to normal sooner than later.
Well, they said that it's being postponed in June. I don't think that's going to happen either because the experts are predicting that the peak of this is not going to be until mid-May. And if the peak of it is in mid-May, it's going to start going down after that. I don't think it's going to be ready by June because June is still going to be worse than it is now. So,
And I've heard that it'll come in waves. So things might clear out for a little while, but we might be back in the same boat like a couple months down the road after that.
so somebody wanted to know if you do you personally know anybody that is confirmed case of COVID?
I know somebody who knows somebody.
Yeah, we all know somebody that knows somebody,
Yeah.
but nobody knows anybody.
No, not personally. But you know what? It's like tricky because the signs and symptoms are the same as pretty much the flu. So I don't know like how accurate the test is of specifying whether it actually is COVID-19. But I mean, I know that if you're sick, you don't have the flu, that last I heard, they're automatically labeling you with the coronavirus.
Because
If you
they
have
can't
like,
test everybody. There's probably a
yeah,
lot more people that have it that we know about because they can't be tested.
yeah.
Big
So
Josh Vegan is here. What's up, Josh? And they want to know what your Instagram is, and that's just Bananiac.
yeah, it's Bananiac everywhere. Like YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Bananiac. So yeah, give me a follow and send me some toilet paper. Just reading along as stuff comes in.
Um, yeah, well, we've been on for a little bit over an hour, so I don't know how long you wanted to do this or not, but maybe we can ask a few more questions and then let you get going. I'll
Yeah,
close this
sounds good
out
to me.
and yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
cool. So, any last questions for Tino before he goes? I got a doggy next to me.
By the way,
Ready to
I just
go.
want to say I love what you did with your studio, dude. Like
Oh yeah, doesn't it
it's
look way
changed.
better now?
It's changed so much. Like people should go and watch like the
The old
interview.
ones, yeah, it was bad
Yeah,
before.
I wouldn't say it was bad, but
Come on,
like
you gotta
you've
go. Come on, go.
improved it like a ton, man. Like I love the lighting, the way you've structured stuff. Like it looks badass.
Yeah, I just thought like a little bit of lighting and I tried different things. I tried different paints for the walls and finally I got a nice light set up here and I like it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
for
my new
sure.
studio. Thanks.
Love it, man. Yeah, I can't wait to like.
Oh, okay, real quick. Okay. So
Yeah,
the
for sure.
last story we got to ask you is your UFO story.
Oh yeah.
So tell us that story.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So, um, this was back in 2009, and I was a senior in high school. Okay, yeah. So we were driving on the highway in Greece, right? It was in the back in the back of a car. Like my dad was driving, my mom was in the front. In the back, it was me on the left side, my cousin in the middle, my brother on the right side. As we were driving, I see this light in the sky. And I didn't think anything of it. It almost looked like a tower with like, you know, the light at the very top. So it's like, whatever. Like I was just kind of looking in the distance. And then all of a sudden, like I'm seeing this light come closer. So the light eventually splits. Like, you know, like how you're seeing like a car down the road, like it's just one light, but as it gets closer, you could kind of tell apart the headlights or whatever. So it was kind of like that experience, right? So it keeps getting closer and closer, and as it gets like almost right above the car, I can like make out what this thing is. And dude, like I have like freaking chills like talking about this right now. Whatever it was, dude, I don't know. Whatever this thing was, it was circular. It was like a flying saucer. All right, I'm just telling you what I saw. So then immediately I freak out. I like wake my cousin up next to me who was asleep. I'm like, do you see that? What is that? And then, as the car is like driving by, eventually the thing's behind us. So we like turn around, look through the rear window, and we see this thing like zip like nothing else, because it was like moving very slowly. And as we look back and keep looking at it, it like zooms out, like it zooms away, man, like nothing I've ever seen before. It was nuts. I wish I had a picture of it, but like everything happened kind of like fast, and back in 2009, I don't even know if I had an iPhone then or not. If I did, it was probably the very first one. So like, yeah, it was unreal,
And just to
man.
clarify, somebody in the questions was this happened in Greece when you were in Greece, right?
Yep, I was in Greece. I was on my way to Athens. I was on the highway. Um, yeah, and it was like the sun was setting. Not The sun was setting towards where it like kind of like flew really fast towards. Like where it was coming from, it was like coming from like the dark side. So if
Already
you
dark.
guys,
Okay, yeah.
yeah. So if you guys can kind of like put that together in your mind, but
And was it a saucer shape? Did you see the shape of it?
yeah, for sure. It was like a circle. It was like a flying saucer. I clearly like saw the shape. It's unreal, man. It really is. Like I wouldn't make this stuff up, and you hear about other stories, and like, yeah, it's unreal. Like when you see something like that in person. Now, whether it was aliens, government testing, maybe a drunk person put together, I don't know, but it was unreal.
Yeah, it's crazy. So there's another UFO story for you guys. We've got a lot on this channel.
Do you want
Um,
to share yours again? Because I can't really remember it that well.
well, mine was my dad's. My dad's from 1967. So in 1967, he was military police in the Air Force at Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana. And there was a sighting of a UFO that the local sheriff witnessed, and he contacted the military base because it was like right, the Air Force was right there in that small little town. And I think it was called Belt, Montana, or Bolt, Montana, something like that. And my dad heard everything over his radio transmission of what went on here. And what happened was, whatever it was went over the place that my dad was, a military police guard for,
Yeah.
were missile towers for nuclear missiles, and there was 10 of them scattered out through hundreds of miles.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever it was made all of them go offline. And so my dad heard this whole story, everything unfold back in March of 1967. And since then, this whole incident has been released to the public under Project Blue Book, an official, military debriefing of what happened there. And after I uploaded that video on my YouTube channel, a guy contacts me and said, "Chris, I would love to talk to your dad. I was the commander of that base when that happened, and I don't think he knows anybody that's still around back from 1967 or anybody that would know or actually heard it." And it was unique because my dad wasn't actually in that room with him, but since he was military police, he heard everything go on his scanner. And yeah, he ended up talking to my dad. This guy, like, he's in actual TV shows about this incident.
Yeah.
And also he's written several books, but
That's
he's
crazy.
in his 80s. And yeah, he talked to my dad, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of stories out there. I mean, some of them sound a little crazy, but I mean, they can't all be crazy and lies. If you guys are into this sort of topic, the good documentary to watch is the one with Bob Lazar on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're going to listen to anyone, listen to him. He worked at different military bases, and just listen to the story. It's crazy. But the universe is too big for only Earthlings to exist. You know what I mean? I think it's more naive to think that no aliens exist than to say that, yeah, aliens could exist.
Yeah, for
You know?
sure.
Yeah. And it kind of sucks is like, we can't really see the night sky and like how big it is with all the light pollution. So a lot of people don't really like have time to think when they're out at night about this stuff. They're just like going out to the club or bar or whatever. Like the night sky is so polluted, either with smog or most likely like light pollution.
Well, you
And,
should see where my parents live. Where I grew up, it's like a small little town, like far enough away from the city that when it's nighttime, you can see so many stars in the sky. You can see the Milky Way. And like where I live now, you can't see any of that. But where
yeah.
my parents live, it's amazing. It's like a nice crisp sky.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I wanted, like in Greece is the only time I've ever seen something like that, and that's when we would go out to the village. Now, like it's been such a long time, and I really want to like go to a place like somewhere in the desert or, anywhere to see something like that again. And I think it's so beautiful to be able to look out, into the rest of this world that we live in. It's not just planet Earth. I mean, there's so much more, and there's nothing more beautiful than that.
Yeah, I agree. Get a Job says, ever listen to Coast Radio podcast by George Norrie? Actually, I started listening to it before George Norrie. I used to listen to Art Bell religiously every night. And then he started having George Norrie on, and then he ended up passing away. But I loved Coast to Coast. My dad actually listens to all the reruns now, but great show.
Yeah, I've only seen clips of it. I never watched it live, but there's been some crazy, like there was one phone call that was like really famous. You probably know more than I do, but it's like some person called and they're like, they're after me and
Yep,
like
and
all this,
the whole show got shut down.
yeah. Like they couldn't hear the guy anymore. And
So the last time
really
I told
creepy.
that story, somebody on here, I don't know if it was confirmed or debunked or if they were just joking with me, but somebody said that was a hoax. But I don't know, because I don't know if Art Bell would do something like that, and he'd
Yeah.
have to be in on it for his whole station to go down. But that was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Who knows, man? But yeah, it's something worth looking into, and you don't have to like go around and like preaching this stuff, but if you want to look into it, guys, check out that documentary on Netflix for sure. That's a really good one.
My dad should call into that. Yeah, either my dad or me, I should call in and talk about the story. I don't know if he would actually do it, but yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool, man. And that's crazy that the other guy contacted you and
Yeah.
supposedly, yeah, that they were there too.
I'm trying to remember his name. He's in all the anyway, I don't remember, but I could look it up easily. But anyway, is there anything else you want to say? Everybody can follow Tino over at Bananiac, and that's for all of his social media, his Instagram, his YouTube, his Twitter, his Facebook. It's all Bananiac. And you'll see him hopefully with me for Expo East. Hopefully Expo East will still be on and everything will be cleared up by September. But yeah,
I hope so.
I usually see you like once a year. So
yeah, and it's been really cool connecting with you and going to that event. I really hope that by September that it's going to be cleared out, but you never know. We're going to take it day by day apparently to this. So
Get a Job wants to know what documentary you're talking about.
gosh, what is it called? Well, it depends. Yeah, which one? But Game Changers is the vegan one. Definitely watch that. It's on Netflix.
But you just mentioned a documentary. I think that's what they wanted to know.
With the Bob Lazar one?
Oh, the Bob Lazar. Yeah, that's called Bob Lazar. Yeah.
I think it's just his name. I can look it up here.
No, that's what it's called.
Okay.
It's Bob Lazar.
That's what I thought.
And it's on Netflix. And the most the other thing to keep in mind is many people have gone body language experts have gone on to examine his interviews and stuff, and they're saying like almost 100% this guy's telling the truth. If he's lying, right, he's a genius.
And he's passed lie detector tests as well.
Yeah,
it's been plugged in, and he passes those. So
okay, let me write it. His name is Bob. His last name is Lazar. So Bob Lazar. Yeah, it's like laser, but Lazar. I think that's how to spell it. But look for Bob Lazar. It should come up. It's very intriguing.
Yeah, definitely worth a watch for sure. And it's not going to show you like anything like it's not going to show you any aliens or anything. But just
No,
listen to him talk and listen to his experience
it's
and
about the alien technology.
yeah, yeah, and like he actually worked on that stuff. He
So
wrote,
basically, this is somebody that has come hand to hand first person contact with alien technology. He was the engineer, reverse engineered it, knows how this thing works, and he he uh, he was a whistleblower back
hmm
30 years ago.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and it's so scary to do that, you know. Like he was like scared of his life, but he like said like by sharing it, it actually helped like save his life. I don't know. He had a lot of stuff going on, personal stuff too. Like his wife was wondering like where he would go and like disappeared to and all this stuff. So I don't know. Crazy documentary. I haven't watched it I think since last summer, but give it a watch. Oh, and somebody mentioned the Rogan interview too. That's a really good one.
Yeah, I will. I'll go ahead and I'll add a link in this video after. So when you guys watch this video, you'll be able to link on Bananiac. And the last question, just because it looks like it keeps coming up, is: would you ever think of making vegan toilet paper rolls and put your brand on it?
Yeah, I would. And if I ever did that, you'd be the first one, ZE, to get it.
All right,
I,
man. Thanks for being on the show, and we'll have you back anytime.
yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for having me, and thanks everyone for coming to hang out. And just stay safe and keep social distancing.
And watch out for zombies.
And
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
cool. Thanks, man.
All right. All right. Okay, so we're gonna close this out really quick. I gotta get going soon, but we'll close it out with the guessing game. We will do for those of you that are new and don't know the guessing game here. It is celebrity guessing game. So I am going to think of a celebrity. It could be anybody. It could be real. It could be a character. It could be fictional. It could be a cartoon. It could be, anything like that. And you guys got to ask me the questions. You say, is it a male? Is it a cartoon? Is this a real character? Is this a person? And I can only say yes or no. And then you guess who I'm talking about. And we'll do that to close this out. And then I got to get going. Okay. So, I'm gonna start. Let's start off with something. We'll start with something easy, and then we'll go from there. So, I mean, at least I think it's easy. Maybe it's not easy. I don't know. All right. Okay. I got one in my mind. Ready? Here we go. You guys do the guessing, and I will say yes or no. Human. Not ET. Well, we got a lot. Yes, male. Not Barb Lazar. Nice one, Bananiac. Not a ghost. Yes, human. Not a character. I think he directed one film, but he's more known for an actor. He's an actor. So he's more known as an actor. I don't believe he's vegan. Not comedy. No, you know what? He did a stint at singing, but he's more known as an actor. Not Bananiac. When you say old, you got to be more specific because that's subjective. Not Brad Pitt, not blonde. Race, that is subjective. I don't know. Yes, white. Yes, under 50. Not Kevin Spacey. Glasses, no. Sometimes he wears sunglasses. Dark hair, yep. I don't know if he's currently married, but he's been married. He is not under 40. Sometimes long hair, but currently I'm not sure. Older than 35, yes. Not 50 years old. I don't know if he has any tattoos. Not Big Josh Vegan. No face tattoos. He was married at some point. Not English, but speaks English. Maybe I started this one too hard. Instead of guessing the person, try to narrow it down by figuring out, like, was he in this movie? Was he, he's not a zombie. He's not Johnny Depp. He is American. I know there's a little bit of a delay here for this. I don't believe he was in a Tarantino movie. He's not Australian. He is an actor. He is Caucasian. I'm not sure if he has any scars. He did direct a movie, but he's not really known for direct. He's more known as an actor. I can't tell you what movie he's in. I don't think any horror movies. He did a couple of singing things, but he's mainly known for movies. I don't think movies about space. Not really. I mean, I guess you can consider a couple of the movies comedy, but more like maybe a dark comedy. Not Marvel, not Bradley Cooper. Can he break dance? That's kind of. You know what? I think he's done a few different breakdancing things. I think he is under 6 foot. Adventure movies, yes. He's been in a couple of adventure movies, or at least one main one that I can think of. Oh, you know what? I take it back. He was in a horror movie. Definitely a horror movie. Does he have any addictions like Ben and Jerry's? He may have an addiction, but not Ben and Jerry's. Maybe this one was too hard, guys. Maybe I should give some maybe I'll give a clue. He was in a vampire movie that a lot of people know. That would be the horror movie. He is still alive. But his counterpart that everybody knows him with is dead. So that's another clue. They don't have a beard. I'll try to give more clues if we don't. Okay, so we got to give some more clues here. All right, so not Corey Haim. Corey Feldman. Yes, that is. Let's see which one. Corey Feldman. So that one was a little. I guess that one took a little bit too long. Let's try an easier one now. I don't know. Let's think here. All right, I got one. All right, here we go. You guys are already guessing names. Okay, you gotta. It's the yes no. Okay, ready? Here we go. Yes, human. Not non-white. Not male. Real person. Female, yes. Yes, alive. Character, yeah, I guess so. Yes, singer. Female singer. Also an actor. Real person. Not black. Not a chef. Under 50, yes. Not J-Lo. Yes, Lady Gaga. Who got that? Trini. Lady Gaga was the answer. All right. Okay. All right, let me okay, so wait. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to Okay, here we go. Ready? Here we go. Is everyone noticing what? You're on a delay? Everybody's on like a 9-second delay, I think. Okay, this is not a singer. It's not Jennifer Lopez. Is she female? No, it's not female. Not a creature. I don't know if they're vegan or not. Yes, human. Real person. I don't know if they like carrot cake. They are alive. They are not tall. Not Kenny Rogers. Yes, a male. No, he's not a character. He goes by his real name. I mean, he probably has a Hollywood name, but yes. Not a director. Not an... Well, I guess in a sense, acts. Yeah, acts, but known for something else. Over 30, yes. Yes, a comedian. All right, so a male comedian, not Ben Stiller. And short. Older than 50? No, I don't think so. I don't think older than 50. Not dead. Kevin Hart. Yes, Wendy. Kevin Hart was the comedian. All right. I'll do two more because I got one right here. This one's going to be a little bit, I think, a little bit harder. And then after this, I'll do one more. And Bananiac, do I still have you on here?
Yeah, I'm still on here.
Okay. All right, so we still got him listening in the background. Okay, so here we go. Ready, go. We're going to do this one. And go. Not Adam Levine. Not a director. Pre-90s, yes. And not Hugh Jackman. Female, yes. Character, yes. So she is a character, and we're not looking for the actor. We're looking for the character. Not a cartoon. Not Taylor Swift. Not superhuman, and not horror. Not Wonder Woman. So not a superhero. Not Labyrinth. I don't know. TV show, yes. TV show. Yes, dark hair. Not Blossom. That's so Raven. Not Shannon Doherty. It was a sitcom. Title character, yes. Not Noah Craig. Yes, 80s. There we go. Now we're asking the right question. Yes, we have the right answer. Punky Brewster. And that is Jennifer. Congrats. All right, so we have one more here. And then I got to get going. Okay, here we go. I got this one. And we are ready. So here we go. Nice one on that Punky Brewster. I thought that was going to be a hard one, but you guys are good. All right, here we go. I got the... Usually, what... Okay, yes, Mal. Creature, I guess creature, yeah. Kind of. Stop it, race. Oh, okay. Okay, not female, not an actor. Character, not a real person. Well, technically over 50, but the character it would be like immortalized, if you know what I mean there. Not green. 80s and actually probably prior to the 80s as well. And also current. Not horror. Yes, a TV show. Creature from the Black Lagoon. That's a good one. But no. Not Howard the Duck. Not Dracula. Not Elf. And not Batman. Not a superhero. Not Bugs Bunny. Not animated. In a way, it resembles a human, but also an animal. Not Donald Duck, but close. Romper Room. Not Kermit the Frog. Yeah, you see, I got to get going here, so we got to get this one. Not Gremlins, not Goofy. Not Kermit. Big Bird, yes, D. White Rabbit. D. Rabbit White. It is Big Bird, and that concludes the celebrity name game for tonight. Hope you guys all had fun. I know this was an early one tonight. Thanks again to Bananiac for coming on, and everybody have a great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So stay safe, watch out for zombies and all that stuff.